Hey boys, that was awesome to hear the story. Hey, so do you want to give us a walk through some of the vans now and see what you guys...
Let's do it. We'll take you outside and start from there.
So from a Mozaik perspective, like when you get this van at this stage, if someone was doing a custom build, what are you doing from a design element at this stage? Like,
at this stage, we'd basically be sitting in the van with them. We'd have a roll of tape and we'd literally mark out. They would always bring like a rough sort of plan to us of what they want, whether it be a sketch or a couple of photos. And then going off like what products they want to use, we know what the rough sizes of those products are. So we'd sit in here with a roll of tape and we'd literally tape it out, measure out, get a permanent marker on the wall and just do scribbles everywhere, make sure what they want's actually going to work in the space. And then from there, that's when I'm able to draw what they've created in Mozaik and then show it to them via a 3D view and then get the sign off from there and go ahead. But yeah, we're able to achieve all the rakes for all the vans. So we're able to have the, there's a 40mm rake basically from the top side of there to where our overhead's finished at 300mm. Just little things like that. The back of the wall, there's a slight rake, all the M panels scribed into the wall. So you're able to achieve all that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we do a little bit different here compared to like the other bigger companies, we have our spec build like this, but we do give the customer freedom for customizations. So like for say their cabinetry color, flooring options, ceiling color, paint color, benchtop color. So that's one of the cool options that we do give. And I feel like that's a different point in the market that not many other van companies do.
Yeah, we're also able to offer like small physical customizations. Like if they want a bigger fridge, I can easily just change the sizes in Mozaik and allow for a bigger fridge. Nice. So we're able to actually change somewhat the layout if we need to as well.
You just find that, we have found that sometimes when it's like an older clientele, they like a lot more drawers. They find that when there's a lot of doors and they've got to bend over to like get in the back of cupboards. So even like things like that, they're like, oh, instead of having a door there, can I have like a drawer bank there? Which for us, it's quite easy to do, but it does seem like a pretty significant thing.
Makes sense, yeah, 100%.
2 seconds to change in the software and cut it out.
Yeah,
but
100%.
For them, it's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
And no one else is offering that level of customization. So yeah, let's step in and have a look.
Got a washing machine. It's got aircon that's off-grid. It's a reverse cycle aircon. We've got a diesel heater, so it's good in the summer, it's good in the winter. 150 litre fridge, microwave. We have a full digital management display, so it controls your whole electrical system, shows you how much water you have in your tanks, how long you have until your batteries are going to go flat, what sort of power your solar's bringing into the system, how much power you're using at any one time. So you're able to kind of, if you are off grid for a long period of time, you're able to manage how much power you're using, basically. All the lights are on separate switches. We offer a dimmable screen as well, so you can turn all your lights on and off to create a bit of ambience, dim them, make them brighter, that sort of thing. Got custom Staron bench tops, and these customers opted for like brushed brass handles and little things like that.
So that's all part of that like customization of a standard Wayfarer.
Yeah, basically. So we basically lay everything down and create like a mood board for them, basically.
Yeah, like you can choose your tap color, your sink colors, like everything to, if you want your lights to be black or white, or the wall fans, black or white. Like we have all, a bunch of different options. And it just, I feel like it just makes it a bit more homely for the customer. Like they've had their own input in their own van.
So it looks like we're looking at one of the sections of the van here. Do you want to talk us through some of the features?
Yeah, so this here is the kitchen system that goes in our mid-wheelbase Wayfarer model. So through Mozaik, we're able to create basically every inch of usable space we're able to use with this joinery. So you can see here we've cut the wheel arch out around where the existing kind of wheel arch is in the van. And we're able to run supplies for power and water through this area here. We're able to step back these two cabinets here to allow for our sliding fly screen, which fits in right behind this cabinet here.
So when you're side shaping the cabinet then to achieve the section there, and then you edit in individual parts.
Here we've got the cutouts for the induction cooktop, which sits sideways. we're able to shape the cabinet overall to get the cutout for the wheel arch, and then individually shape the right end to allow for the cutouts on the cooktop. Recently we've updated to having the Legger box drawers, so we used to use the Entaro, but we're able to upgrade to the Legger box.
They need the checkout underneath? Or
Yes. Yep. So the rebate's all done. You just flick a switch on Mozaik and it sets it all up for you automatically. Underneath there,
Yep.
you can see it rebated in.
Yep, so full channel through there.
Also
Pretty good.
see the stickers that the Mozaik sets up for us. So all the boys know exactly what part's what and where it goes, which saves a lot of time in working out what part belongs to what cabinet. We also had to set up some custom gap sizes here as well for our latches. So these latches work, they basically lock in the drawer above. So if I was to open this, when you're driving, none of your drawers are going to fly out when they're full of cutlery and plates and that sort of thing.
Yes, your tolerances are pretty important to get that bang
Yeah.
on, so that works.
But even like going back to the old days when we didn't have the CNC, like things like this, like this would be a full panel, and then you'd be coming in, you'd be putting the cabinet together, you'd be doing your bench tops, and then you'd be like, okay, now I've got to get my jigsaw, get like jigsaw out of here, trying to make that like a nice cut.
You'd have one side that's completely blown out with the
Because
jigsaw.
the thing with the vans, we make this cooktop removable.
Yep.
So if you've just got like a jigsaw cut there, like there's no way it's going to have a nice finish like that, right? So the thing, like you might not see it all the time, but then if they just pull that up, they're like, oh, look, that's a bit dodgy. The other thing is like going back to where before the CNC and stuff, like we were still doing drawers, right? So like you're getting a cabinet in the van with like a measuring tape, and you're literally measuring off the floor for your drawers. Like and we're doing king slide runners.
Five-sided drawer
Like
box.
you'll think about how what goes into making a drawer. So you're making you're measuring your widths, you're taking away your drawer runners. Like this is all stuff like we're doing on pieces of paper just to make like one drawer. So if you think about the time that goes into that, like that's like it's just crazy, like the production of having the programming in the CNC.
And you're getting the like same quality drawer that someone's going to put in a brand new kitchen. Like it's like that's the premium drawer, like
100%.
offering.
Exactly.
Everything we use in a van, we try and use it as if you were buying a luxury house. Any kind of, there's some appliances that we use that are Caravan Pacific that need to be like either 12 or 24 volt. But everything else, sinks, taps, fittings, fixtures, everything, you'd find in a luxury house.
Anyone would open this and just think that just looks like a standard cabinet, but then when you realise it's checked out around the cabling and the wheel arch as well.
Yeah.
And does that rake then?
Yeah, it's also raked. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long would this cabinet take to build on the panel saw?
Look, you'd probably be looking at like anywhere from like half a day to a day almost, if we're allowing for the shelf pins and stuff. But back in the day when we didn't have the use of the CNC and the software, we would basically just not be offering adjustable shelves. You'd have to have a fixed shelf because trying to have 5 individual holes, 2 on each side to line up perfectly, doing that by hand without a drill press and that sort of thing is like, it's too much time. Yeah, so we've also got a check out at the back for power. We've raked the back and then we've checked out the bottom for the wheel arch as well. And that way we're able to kind of achieve getting this cabinet as far back so we can utilise maximising the space in the hallway so it doesn't feel as crammed in. Everything's within 2 mil. That's our kind of guideline.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's so cool.
And then you can sort of see at the back here, like from the back, like where all our plumbing and our electrical comes up. So that's why we have that back checkout too. We also don't want them to be just out in the open, that the customers like open up a drawer and there's these pipes all in their face, and we're trying to make like
everything hidden.
Yeah, everything hidden and as clean as possible.
That was the cabinets that we're looking at downstairs before.
Yeah,
that you
so
guys carried in.
that's that kitchen that we're looking at. Here we have one of the elevations of the Wayfarer model that we have. So we just cut these panels on the CNC. There's the kitchen build there, and then this is our electrical cabinet underneath. So all the panels there. We can have a look at the floor plan and see the 3D of the whole job. So when I'm explaining to a custom build customer, I will get to this stage of the drawing, and I'll basically get my phone out and I'll send a 3D of the build, explaining every single part of what they're receiving, and then that's how we'll get sign off and we'll be able to start sending this down to the machine and getting it all cut.
That's pretty sweet. It's cool to see it like that, because like you really get the perspective of how much joinery is in the van.
Yeah.
Like it's surprising.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Every single cabinet that we put in a build has been edited and modified in one way, shape or form.
Yeah.
So it's not just a case of drag and drop and cut. We're drag and dropping, we're editing, we're customizing, we're, you know, adding cutouts, adding radiuses, adding holes, you know, everything you can imagine.